What do you think about online poker right now?
It's in a very good place.
No, I'm more pessimist. But
Really? Why? How do you find a good woman in these days? Give us the secret. It's cool. If that's how you enjoy it, all right.
No.
What about the WSOP, that crazy hand you played against that guy? The most insane hand I've ever seen.
Oh, reaching.
Oh
Announces
my gosh.
race.
Are you kidding me? Are you?
Galeana Jam. No way.
Why did you call for the split pot then?
Because I'm a pussy.
Today joining me, Johan Guilbert, also known as Yoh Viral, very popular in the French poker scene. And we're going to be talking some interesting topics, not just poker business. So we're going to talk about how to find a woman, dating in general. So buckle up, enjoy that episode. If you have any recommendations, someone you would like to see on the show that I should talk to, drop me a comment, let me know, and let's get right into the content. Johan, you got it. Yo!
Was geht ab?
Was geht ab? Was geht ab, Leute? Willkommen zu einem neuen Video mit Johan. No, thank you so much for joining here today. You got a beautiful... Is that Malta in the background?
It's Sliema, yeah. And you can see Valletta in the... At the end, it's Valletta, the capital. Yeah.
Is this your castle in the background?
I wish. They have 6 castles in Malta. You know, they have many scenes of Game of Thrones were made here.
Really?
Yeah. Like 7, they took 7 locations for Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Oh, it makes a lot of sense.
Malta has a lot of huge castle and a lot of history. It's a cool island.
You like it there in Malta? In general, like people,
I
weather,
do.
food?
12 years here. 12 years here, so I do like it, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've never been there, but I've met a lot of poker players who have mixed feelings. But, you know, poker players can be nerds big time, so I think they sometimes struggle in many different countries.
Now, overall, when you compare, I had the opportunity to compare and to live in different places in the world, and honestly, it's one of the good places to live in. It has a lot of qualities. Yeah.
What's your favorite part about Malta?
Malta has... My favorite part is the fact that Malta is only 45 minutes. So from the north to the south, it's only 45 minutes drive. So you kind of know everybody very quick. Not everybody, but you kind of know the people very quick. And by knowing the people very quick, it's difficult for people to do bad things to you, I guess, in an island like this. Because when you live in it sounds like a tribe, kind of, you know? It sounds like living in a tribe where everybody knows what you are doing, kind of, where you are. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of creates some peace, you know. I feel there is a lot of peace here. It's quite safe, and I really like that part. I like the fact that I will always meet someone I know somewhere. Some people will hate it for that, actually, because they will want to be more discreet or to have like multiple lives. But no, for me, it's a very good place. It has a lot of nice places, nice restaurants, nice beach clubs, nice views. The views are amazing in Malta. Plus, it's English speaking, and it's a bunch of foreigners living in the same place. So let's say I organized a party during COVID here, like many actually, but one was really big. I had 100 people in my place, and I count the nationalities, and we had like 26 different nationalities. And everybody was living in Malta. So 26 different nationalities in the same place at a moment. All of us were living in Malta. So yeah, that's cool.
That sounds fantastic. What about the women?
Yeah, exactly. So
you like the women there?
From every country, actually, because they come here for iGaming. You know, many iGaming company, many casino online, many companies like Evolution Gaming that provide the casinos and stuff. They are based in Malta, and they employ people from all around the world because, of course, they need people speaking every languages because they serve clients from all around the world. iGaming is worldwide. So by being an iGaming island, Malta attracts people from different countries and people that are here for business. So yeah, also women that are very interesting, that are here for working and have not like let's say, because I know also in Dubai, because I go in Dubai in the winter, and in Dubai it's quite different. Many women come in Dubai, not everybody, and they don't work actually. Okay, they don't work, they don't are employed and everything. So it's kind of different vibe here in Malta, where you meet people that are in the real industry, the real life, they work, they hustle. But yeah.
Do you enjoy it in Dubai? I know it's very trending, but from some of my friends, my network, they say it's just it has gotten way too mainstream. It still has its benefits, but it's very fake, very superficial. And do you enjoy it there in Dubai during the winter time?
I love Dubai, and I will tell you, I was thinking the same as your friends. However, now that I spend more time there, I realize that when you start knowing a good group of people that live there, that work there, businessmen and people who are successful, you get they manage to make you evolve, kind of, because let's say if I need to compare with Malta, for example, in Malta, it's very quick that you can reach very quick the top, kind of. I mean, I'm not the top, but
I know what you mean.
What I mean is, like, there is not that many people that will make you become bigger, that will teach you things and stuff. Let's say in Dubai now, you arrive in another world where there is people that are like way more successful than you, and they live in Dubai actually, because it's one of the best places for comfort, for services, for the weather also. So they choose to live in Dubai physically all the year, where like the businessmen, the successful one, they don't live in Malta all the year. They come here maybe in the summer, and that's pretty it. And they are quite old. In Dubai, you have like a lot of young businessmen that could be your age, and that are like multi-millionaire. And you meet them everywhere. By meeting those people, you manage to learn from them, and you manage to have a social circle that push you towards becoming a better version of yourself. So that's what I like in Dubai. So now that I have a good group of successful people in Dubai, I really love it. That's what happened.
It sounds very interesting to me. It seems like you are looking for people to learn from. So that's very important to you. Because, and I'm always trying to find patterns of why certain people become successful and some don't. And obviously you have been very successful, and you are still very successful with your business and poker, but you're still hungry, right? You still want to surround yourself.
So hungry.
Yeah, you're surrounding yourself with people. And what people don't understand, and I'm interested in your take, is it's not about becoming successful, because honestly, with social media these days, it is very, very easy, like with poker, right? To make a little bit of money, to make a little bit more than a 9-to-5, to become financially independent to a certain degree, right? Not necessarily millions, but it doesn't require a lot to make your 3, 4, 5 grand a month with poker, a solid business. Obviously, you still need to work 1 or 2 or 3 years for that, and you can keep building on that. But what I discovered, when people get a little bit of success, they blow it all away. Big ego, right? I don't need to learn anything anymore. And it's so fascinating to me. If you meet guys that made millions, they're like, I want to learn. I feel like they are so much more humble and modest compared to someone who just won their first 1 grand in a poker tournament, and they think they're the biggest motherfuckers in the world. And it's a common pattern, and you pointing out it's not so much about the fancy cars and this guy, and just no, the people are a lot more successful, so they pull me up. In Malta, the ceiling is a lot lower, so it's harder to find good mentors or more successful friends than me. And this is probably the truth, and has nothing to do with being arrogant, because I can already see people saying, oh, he's so arrogant. But if you see the message, if you see the meaning behind it, it's something very smart to say. So yeah, what do you think, like, why some people are more successful than others, or stay also successful than others?
So it's all about the temptations that we have when we make the money. So when we make the first 100K, or let's say even the first 10K, we start from there. Let's say that when you make your first 10K, you have 10K on your bank account or on your poker site, and you are like thinking, damn, I'm the shit. I have 10K. Okay, but that's true. That's the first time when you make 10K and you have 10K in front of your eyes, and you know you have like 10K worth of value that you can spend right now if you want. Then you feel very confident. Okay. Then you can have the same thing at 100K. You can have the same thing at 1 million, and you can have the same thing at 10 million, and you can have the same thing at 100 million. I'm not there yet, and at 1 billion also. However, what will make you go to the next step is the need to become a better version of yourself and a better poker player in that case. If we speak about the people who follow you mainly now. So a better poker player. And if you want to become a better poker player, how can you just consummate your success? That's where people make the biggest mistakes. It's like they will consummate their success. They will consummate those 10K, or they will consummate those 100K. They will use them actually in real life for seeing what it does. You know what it does to spend that money, what it does to buy that car, what it does to fly business directly, what it does to buy this watch. So they would spend that money and they would think, oh, it's an investment, whatever. They would make bad investments actually, or they would try to get lucky and just put on a shitcoin that money or big part of that money, and they will not respect any bankroll management for that part, because bankroll management is only for poker. It's not for crypto in their head. So I know many people that blew up, and I've seen them, and they always have those patterns. So if you can recognize that you have this pattern and that you are about to do those things, then stop it. Stop yourself now, and don't do that thing. Don't buy this thing. Don't buy this coin. Don't buy this watch. Don't just use your bankroll to build a bigger bankroll. Right. Then it's all about balance, because at some point, I'm not agree with the people that always wants to become richer and richer and richer. I don't agree with that mentality, because usually people who become billionaires and stuff, usually I would say they are completely maniac into becoming richer, and they pass next to life because they keep working. Then they are 50, 60 years old, and they realize, I just worked all my life. I didn't do many things that I could have done with my money, and it's not the goal. Also, it's a mix between Bill Perkins die without anything and Elon Musk working a lot.
Yeah, I mean, balance is also a very dangerous word, because very often we have phases. So where you just sit down, you grind for 6 months, and then you might have a phase where 1 or 2 months you spend more time with family and friends. And you can agree and disagree. This is probably something where it's more like a personal experience. But I like to be practical. If you have this mindset on, okay, show me the data, show me the science behind it, I think, okay, you're an idiot. I mean, not you, but someone now in the comments saying, right? Because you always have the people that, oh, show me science and official data from the government. Well, the government doesn't want you to become rich. That's why they put you through educational system to indoctrinate you a slave mind, so you can follow orders, execute, you can work 8 hours, and you can stay in the system. It's not rocket science, and it's not a conspiracy theory. This is how it works, in my opinion. So when we talk about balance, it's like, you have to see more the balance on like a bigger scope, a year, 5 years, or 10 years, right? You probably also had phases in your life where you locked in, okay, now I'm working on this business, I'm creating this course, I'm going out there grinding, and then after 3 months, I'm going to spend a week or 2 with my friends, family, going on a vacation. Or were you more like this kind of type, yes, I work for 8 hours, then I go, I party a little bit, then the next day again, like, how was it for you?
So for me, it was extreme in one way and extreme in the other way. And nowadays I'm looking for balance. So I would explain. First 10 years, I grind like crazy. I was just focused on
Which age?
poker. So I start at 20.
So 20 to 30.
And from 20 to 29, let's say. I was 29, 30. Yeah, I was focused on just grinding and making the most out of this game. However, I was very extreme. I didn't take a single week of vacation during 10 years. And that's something that I would not suggest to do. But I did that. So I was just playing every day. I don't even remember taking a day off. So I probably did at some point, but I don't remember it. So it has to be very rare and not even every year. So I was really at the point where I was playing poker every single day during.
Do you regret that?
No, I don't, because it teaches me so much about myself, so much about life. I think poker is the greatest game in the world, and I think it's the greatest tool to learn about yourself, plus about other people's intentions. Specifically about other people's intentions. I think from poker I learned to understand what people want from me in life. Can be women, can be men, can be friends, can be family. I can pre-read many situations that will happen, and that's because of poker. And only because of poker. Because you keep repeating, trying to make reads. So if you keep repeating 500 times a day when you play online, or 1,000 times a day, making reads, being right, being wrong, being right, being wrong, being right, wrong, and correcting yourself, then you just have a superpower, because you can know how to make reads also in life and analyze pattern in life of people. And the patterns of a poker player, a pattern of an opponent on the poker table, and the pattern of a woman or a man that in real life, it's not very different. And they also try to hide their intention. Like an opponent will make a bluff and will hide the real value of his hand. So it's very similar, and that's the best thing. So I don't regret. However, I don't do that anymore. For example, last 6 months I played only in World Series and on a boat for 1 week on a cruise ship. It was like a private cash game on a boat, or like a WPT cruise ship. And that's the only places where I played, and that's the only time where I played in the last like 6 months. So it's really little volume. It's literally nothing. Like maybe 15 tournaments and 10 cash game sessions. Maybe I did 3 in Vegas and 7 on the boat, or 6 on the boat. So yeah, I got in the other extreme where I totally went to enjoy life and decided to not play. Just last 3 years, I would say, I played very little. And now I'm looking for a mix between having an activity that is considered as work. For example, I'm an entrepreneur of this business called pokerproi.fr.
Check it out, guys. If you're French speaking, great content, great courses, right? We're gonna.
Yeah, French. Yeah, it's only in French.
It's only French.
If you're French speaking somehow, it's like people. I take people that are very good at poker right now, and that teach my audience how to play correctly. So, because nowadays I would not want to coach myself, because I have something to teach to people, I guess, but I also think that I never took the real turn of with solver. So from that point, I think my game will be leaking too much and will be not. I prefer to stay away of trying to help people and also I did that a lot back in the day. So let's say in 2015, 16, 17, I was helping a lot of player myself, I even did boot camps and stuff in Malta. So I also did that a lot. And I think now it was time to, since many years, it was time to pass the I don't know how to say, but to give my position to other people that are more like on a daily basic, playing online, doing things like that. I don't play online for 5 years. So yeah. I still love poker, of course, and I will play poker all my life because it's the best game in the world, and it teaches me so much. But then now I'm more into different things. So let's say I want to be a DJ. That's one of the things. So I just bought those. Literally, I just bought them this week. So it's like the pioneer to start mixing at home. I did that on a yacht in Malta, in Dubai. So my future is about like being always a YouTuber. I started podcast. I did my first podcast with a common friend that we have, you and me, Max Torno, ex-RSD Max, that is also from Austria. You Austrian or are you German?
I'm German.
You're German, okay. And so Max, I interview him in English on my channel called RYE Viral on YouTube. This guy is very interesting because he used to be one of the best pickup artists in the world, recognized by most of the people like one of the best. So the guy that have like a lot of skills, social skills to interact with women and to attract women in their life. Then he switched to how to build an empire online by building your online business. So let's say people who watch this video and wants to build a business online, could be like teaching poker, for example, and could be anything else. But he's teaching that now. So my goal is to have the best minds in this world, the most skilled people in different industries, to interview them on my podcast. Also on the side to be a DJ and try to be mixing one day in Tomorrowland, in EDC, the festival where I like to go. I'm going next week to Untold in Romania. It's like the second biggest festival in Europe after Tomorrowland. Not sure, but it's very close, second or third place. Yeah, so those are my goals, and still play poker, of course. Maybe winning a bracelet one day if I stop finishing second place. I have like three times second place, one time sixth place in World Series. But yeah.
Be careful, you might get roasted for saying that you spent your 20s working really, really hard. It's not very well received these days to give this kind of advice.
Yeah, so I literally, my 20s were just work. So I'm not regretting it because it gives me a lot of skills for my 30s that I can use to have a wonderful life. I really love my life. However, guys, your 20s you have only your 20s once. You have like a lot of energy, and the energy that you have is amazing. You can spend it how you want, and you don't need to work all the time. So do whatever you feel like that makes you happy.
Doesn't need to be your entire 20s. I mean, you're still partying and horsing around when you're 15, 16 to 21, 22. But at some point, you're going to start taking it a little more serious. Because at the end of the day, all right, in an ideal world, obviously you would have more free time and chill out more often, whatever. But that's not the case. It's a very competitive market, whether it's in poker, whether it's in business. And if you want to spend your 20s enjoying it and the YOLO lifestyle and all that crap that people are trying to tell you, well, when you start at 30, you say you want to enjoy your 20s, you're 10 years behind, right? Now, how old are you? 32?
35.
35, right? Think about you compete against this guy now, who has 10 years of experience of grinding hard, building up a business, and now you start and you spend 10 years of maybe working here and there, getting a job, but going on a lot of vacations, and you start building the habits and you get addicted to, I need my vacation and I need my bad food and I need to drink alcohol and I need my clubbing and I need all of that. It's cool. If that's how you enjoy it, all right. You know, we're not trying to convince you, but if at some point you want to escape the system, you want to become financially independent, you want to build amazing things, you're competing against guys who are 10 years ahead of you, who have built great habits. How hard is it for you today and these days to go to the gym, if you have to 3-4 days, some shit hits the fan with your business, and oh fuck it, now I have to work 10-12 hours a day 3-4 days in a row, do you have to force yourself, or do you just accept it the way it is?
If I have to force myself nowadays, no, I don't force myself.
It doesn't even feel like forcing, right? But that's what I mean. Like for us, for you, for me, for people that have been spending their 20s on, trying to work hard and become disciplined, it doesn't even feel like forcing. It is what it is. Like, all right, that's the pill we have to swallow. And that's where I think a lot of people misunderstand that, right, you can do this in your 20s, but you're going to have a massive disadvantage. You were earlier talking about, sorry. Go ahead.
No.
I had a question. I had a question because you were talking earlier about the reads you developed and people's intention. It sounded to me that there were a lot of people taking advantage of you. So you learned your lesson during their 20s, maybe becoming financially more successful, and then at some point, some people had bad intention with you, or what were the lessons you learned?
Not more with me than with anybody else. I think with you also. I think with everybody. I think we have to, mathematically in a life, we have many people around us that comes with bad intention.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just think that now, and since many years now, I spot them very quickly. And I also spot people that initially don't have bad intention, but they switch the day where they switch their mind.
Yeah.
In the day where they change, I also notice it. And I also can anticipate their changement. Let's say in a relation that is going wrong, I could see it very quick where initially when I had my first few relationships, I would wait till the last moment where it's completely over for like closing it, kind of. Where now I'm capable of not losing all that time and the energy and understand when things are over, but also understand how to maybe save a relation, or maybe make a move that the person wants me to do and that she cannot or he cannot say it because it requires for him or her too much courage. And she or him doesn't have that courage to tell me something that he would like from me. And then I'm capable of doing that move if I think it's a good move to do, because I understand what they need. Also, marketing helped me to teach that. It's like a mix between poker and marketing. So marketing by just building my business back in the days, like maybe 7 years ago, my online business. I learned a lot of marketing tools, and through YouTube, just like YouTube. I had like couple coach in marketing that helped me, and those things help also to have the results or make the people do what you want in a certain way, as long as it's of course for the good. But the poker plus the marketing is it's a super school. Those two are two super schools to be super skilled in terms of social dynamic. I really love those two schools, and I would advise people to play poker just to have those skills, because it's an amazing game. It's the best game. Like literally, I have people following me on YouTube, and it's a poker channel, and they don't even play poker. They tell me, "Oh, Yo, I follow you because I love your content and everything, but I never played poker." And I'm like, "Yeah, play in free money, play money. Just play poker, because it's an amazing game. You don't need to spend all your life on this game. You can just play poker once a week, in a spirit of having the best strategies, of applying them, and of getting an edge on your opponents. Yeah. And it could be free money. It doesn't need to be money. It's just those skills that you will learn from doing that many times in your life will help you in everything. So poker should be taught at school. I remember having chess at school. I remember there was like some room in France, we call it CDI. It's a place where you study after the school or during the breaks. Let's say between noon and 2 p.m. when the school is, when the classroom are closed and you finish the food, you can go in that place. So in that place, there are a lot of books, but there were also chess game. And we used to play chess with other people there. And I think, and sometimes there was even someone teaching us, like from the school, kind of. So I think poker could be a thing teach in school without money, of course. But it really helps the logic. No, it really helps the logic.
No, I just picture that they bring their money for lunch and play.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I also think poker is a lot better than chess in terms of teaching you for life. Yes, you need to be intelligent for chess, and it's still a good game. Don't get me wrong. But if I would have to decide, poker is a lot better because life is always a game of incomplete information. You have to make the decisions based on the information you have. So that's why I think poker is a lot better than
way
chess.
Closer. Yeah, it's closer to life. Yeah, it's way it's similar. It's so similar to life compared to. If you have to compare chess and life and poker and life, poker is way more similar to life than chess. So it's very concrete. Poker is very concrete. Plus the money managing part is amazing in poker. After 18, when you start, you have to manage your finance. Like people don't know how to manage finance, right? But poker teach me how to manage my money. Yeah. This is how crazy as it sounds, but I'm a better money manager than most of the people of my age, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. You were talking earlier about relationships and developing RYEs and finding out intentions. Do you have any red flags that you can share if that appear in someone's behavior if they want to get to know you, whether it's women, whether it's men, whether it's people wanting to do business with you?
I can give you a red flag for Dubai women, but they are not only in Dubai, but some of Dubai women, some of girls that live there, so they can be any kind of nationality, but they come there for finding millionaires and gold diggers, let's say.
Yeah.
Not everybody is like this. Again, in Dubai, many nice girls, many cool people, many girls also that work there. Emirates, hotels, real estate. There is plenty of industry. However, one of the red flags that I noticed, and I had it also in Malta actually, is they will keep saying stuff like, I want a man that managed to get me to win me over. So they will formulate literally how they want to be won over by making me gifts, by giving me flowers. And okay, flowers is fine, but let's say they will use flowers as an excuse for way bigger gifts. So it's not like because you're gonna buy flowers that it's gonna work, but they will speak about, literally mention, I want a man to win me over. This sentence, I analyze, is a pure red flag, and it repeats on many girls. So it repeated. I had this spot many times, and every time I had this spot, it was a girl that was a hired escort. So she was literally not saying that she's an escort, but she was exactly working the same way. Okay, the way. This is one of the thing I spotted in conversations. And you can meet those girls also in clubs, in normal clubs and everything. And never you will think she is an escort. You will think, oh, she's a model or something. She will tell, I'm a model there. Okay, so many girls will tell, I'm a model. Some of them are really model, but how many of them make a living out of it? So also, I'm a model kind of thing. Pay attention. Could be some kind of hiding behind, I'm making the real money by exchanging sex against money. That's what maybe they are really doing. So a red flag about girls trying to just like, and you're gonna lose your time, because of course you don't want a girl that is selling her for direct money. So you're gonna lose your time, you're gonna lose your energy. Maybe you're gonna fall in love. I mean, some guys that are weaker, that have less experience, maybe gonna fall for that and gonna do exactly what she wants him to do, basically. Okay. understanding which person I have to spend my time with, which girl I have to give my attention to. If I have other concrete red flags, of course, if a guy from one day to the other is next to you on everything, wants to do everything with you, he has an idea behind. He has an agenda. Why from one day to the other is now spending a lot of time with you and everything? It doesn't mean that he has always bad intention, but it could be someone that wants to get something from you in terms of like help, etc. Then you can always give him, but always try to understand that people, when they do something, when they do an action, always ask yourself, why did he do that? Or why did she does that? It's a bit same as the betting. If someone bets, why did he bet? Okay, and why this amount? What he wants me to do with that?
Yeah.
So if you ask yourself the same question with people actions, you always often come to an answer that is close to the truth.
Yeah. I think it reminds me of a situation where I had someone reaching out to me, and it's not necessarily, I like to help people that are, let's say, less successful than me. But I also like to learn and work with people that are more successful than me. But I think the only way it can work out is if you're honest. I had a guy reaching out to me who had just a few hundred followers on Instagram, and he had a couple of reels that went successful, like a couple of thousands, and then he reached a couple of thousand views, and then he reached out, oh, Ben, let's collaborate, let's do something. I can help you grow your Instagram. I'm so experienced in social media. Give me access to your course. I'm going to do it. I'm going to win the money. And like all these kind of promises. And I like the passion, but obviously he was delusional. Like, I can just spend my time on creating a reel that gets 50,000 views or 100,000 views or whatever on average. And it's not meant to be arrogant. I really want genuinely help people to understand, if this guy would have reached out and understand, hey, Ben, I need your help. I understand that, you might be busy and you might have a lot more success or whatever, but by trying to put yourself on the same level as someone and trying to get the same from that person, what you're trying to give, it creates this kind of like being dishonest and not genuine and not have any integrity. If I reach out to a guy, let's say for an interview, for a podcast, I reach out to big guys like, listen, I know you have millions of followers and I might not be relevant to you. I understand that, I see that. However, I think you can contribute a lot of value, right? I recognize their success. I respect it. And I know that in their eyes, I might be a piece of shit. And that's totally cool. I mean, they have family, they have friends, they have business partners, right? Why would I be important to them, this random poker guy? And that's totally cool. I don't take it personal. And I'm being rejected 19 out of 20 times. If I reach out to whoever I want to be working with and doing shit, and very often I reach out to people that obviously are more successful than me and sometimes less successful than me, and it's totally cool. We're just on a different journey, and it's not meant to be that someone is worthless. It's just, again, we're on a different journey, and this is something is a huge red flag to me. If someone is trying to sell their success as something major, that either you're delusional, and obviously I don't want to work with delusional people, or you're dishonest, right? So imagine, I'm like a small little streamer and I'm reaching out to you and I want the collaboration from you, I want the partnership, and you feel like I put myself, and I just started a year ago, on the same level as you that has been working on this for 12, 15 years. You feel like, dude, like, I'm so much ahead of you. I have so much more experience. You can learn so much from me. You gain so much more attention and views from me. Why would I be helping you? And again, it's very often I like to work with people that are genuine, that are honest, and it's not about their following. It's about the way you sell yourself, and just be fucking honest. And if you reach out, Ben, yeah, I know, I'm not as big. Is there something we can do? And very often, I said, like, listen, take the course, check it out for 7 days. If you think you can do something, I did that, but and I think a lot of very successful people find true happiness and joy in helping people at the beginning of their journey. But if there's the slightest feeling of you're not serious or you're trying to bullshit me, you don't have a chance. And very often, like if you get DMs, you probably you scan 5 seconds, spotting red flags, right? You're just trying to spot red flags. And if you're not feeling it, GG next.
True. They need to give value. They want to approach higher success. My advice is when you want to approach successful people is you need to get a lot to give them a lot of value before. So giving value is for example, someone like Ty Lopez would say that, for example, he would be right. He would say, work for free at the beginning. Try to work for free for someone that.
Most don't want to do that.
Max used to be the unpaid assistant of Owen, if I remember correctly. The boss of RSD at that point. Then he got in the payroll.
We all worked for free at the beginning of our poker career.
Yeah. So when I start making my first poker videos back in the days, I did them for free, and I had no intention to sell any courses.
Yeah.
Literally no intention. I did them for free because I wanted to share my journey, and then people request so much of me. But by doing things genuinely, like Ben said, you will have way more success, way more results than by just being dishonest and trying too hard to get. So do things for free, give a lot of value to other people, and especially to the people that you wanna be with in the middle, in the next months, let's say, and
yeah. And also what I realized, what I figured out, and I had to pay a lot of money for that lesson. Those who emphasize the most on, and this might sound contradicting because we talk about that, but people reaching out to me and emphasizing, Ben, trust is so important to me, honesty, genuinity, and usually those are the biggest threats. Because let's say I make you a business proposal, I don't even need to tell you that. It's just like I want my actions to prove you that you can see, hey, if I want something from you or I make you a business proposal, that I do anything to convince you, to show you with actions that you can trust me. I don't need to go ahead and tell someone, oh, but you can trust me, I will use your money wisely, or you can stake me, or let's do. And again, it's a low sample size, it's my own experience. If I look back, there's always a pattern. Those who have to push it in your face, how honest and trustworthy they are. And it's not about the money. And that's also what they say, hey, I don't care about the money. It's not about the money. In a business setting, where you try to make money, that's totally cool, right? Like, what's wrong about trying to make money? It throws me off immediately now, these days.
So I have a question for you that's totally another topic. I really want your opinion on that generally, because I am not in those streets anymore since at least like 4 or 5 years. What do you think, honestly, about online poker right now? And what do you think, honestly, about online poker in the near future? So what is the situation? Because in my opinion, I will give you my opinion after, because I think your opinion is more valuable because you are really into those streets compared to me, of course.
So you want me to go first, or you want to go first?
Yeah, you go first. No,
okay.
Because I think your opinion is very valuable. I really want to.
I think it has its challenges, and especially with game integrity, security, a lot of things need to be done. I think that's the biggest concern. But in terms of popularity, in terms of softness, in terms of tournament offers, it's in a very good place. And it has a very bright future, especially now with GG acquiring the WSOP. I hope they ramp up the efforts to get it regulated in the States. And that happens, we might have a second boom after the early 2000 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right now, for a grinder that is do the efforts, it's still quite possible to make how much per month in online entities?
I think very quickly on low and micro stake, not speaking about the variance, all variance always comes into play. But
yeah, just another.
I think up to 5K a month is possible. Let's say minimum a year. If you put in the time, a year studying, learning the game, and you don't consider making any money in that time frame, I think making a few $100 is 3-4 months is possible a month. But then if you want to get it to making a full-time income, I always say plan at least a year to 2 years, depending on the variance. That's the time frame you should give yourself.
Okay, what are making the best online player nowadays? I speak about the ones that are not going to the live events.
Yeah. Volume.
The ones that are really grinding.
Like volume at the end of the day.
Volume and very good player.
Yeah, volume and very solid fundamentals, patience, not tilting, strong mindset. If your game is just very basic and you don't tilt and you put in a lot of volume, you're gonna make shitload of money. But it's a very boring game. It's just sitting there like fishing. Just imagine you're a fisherman, right? That's it.
I remember I was doing that in cash game back in the days.
Yeah.
But I remember
What do you
exactly.
think?
However, in cash game, I could tell you how much were actually the money that the people make. But in tournaments, I have more difficulty because I'm not in those online tournament street anymore. So I would love your opinion of how much those best players online that grind all the year makes. How much they make? 1 million a year?
I think the high stakes player is us. I think I had one of my worst years last year, and I only made low 6 figures. So the hundreds.
Those
of
3
thousands.
figures not very good, Ben CB. Huh?
For the stakes, for the average buy-ins I'm playing,
I'm making a joke. I say low 3 figures.
Yeah. No. I meant I was like thinking about the
$120 last year.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Ben CB.
Yeah.
$120 profit.
Yeah, $10 a month.
This is good, bro. This is $10 per month. This is better than losing.
Yeah. And that was one of my worst years. But I can tell you.
How much was it? Sorry, because the low 3 figures make me laugh.
Low 6 figures.
Low 6, so like 100
to 300 something. I have to consider my life because I lost like 150 grand in the summer at the WSOP.
If I would speak about online,
online, then it was an alright year, like low 6, 200 to 400k, something in that region, I would assume. So now for like, and I know it sounds a lot. What is he talking about? But I spent up to 100 grand on a Sunday playing online. All right, it's like super highest you can play. And the very good ones make 500 plus million or 2 million a year, right? Of course, you can have a losing year, which would be terrible. But I think up until today, I never had a losing year in 10 years of poker. So that's my standard, right? I'm very ambitious. I have a very high standard, and for me, it was considering the volume, one of the like say worst years.
EV-wise, players can expect, like very good players can expect between 500k and 2 million profit a year.
I would say so. If you run really good, I mean, you have so many high buy-ins. You have tournaments where you make 1 million, 2 million, 3 million first place, 200k 7th place. The millions on the GG online, the millions online, WSOP online. So many sick events. But on the other side, you can also lose a lot as a high stakes player. You can be down hundreds of thousands of dollars a year now easily. Back in the days, even if you grind high stakes, this wouldn't have been possible. All right. But again, I'm talking about
cash game is still not possible.
I'm talking about
cash game. You would,
I'm talking about the 0.1% of poker players who are playing those high stakes, right? Yeah, because I understand that some people are like, what the fuck is he talking about? But those are the numbers, So how do you think about the future of online poker? Was it just for you, you're curious, or you have a strong opinion on?
No, I'm more pessimist. But
really,
I
why?
Your opinion.
Why are you so
pessimistic? The RTA and because of the bots.
Yeah. Good point. That's why I said game integrity, right?
I'll tell you a story. I was playing in 2014 as a supernova on pokerstars.italy, which is a total closed market. So I was living in Sardinia at that point. I moved from Malta for 1 year. I mean, in total for 2 years, but in that year of 2014, I was playing as a supernova. And 13, 14. And then what happened is like I got refunded some money because like the supernova elite that were on my table during the whole year, 2 of them were bots. We are speaking about the beginning of Pure Solver 10 years ago.
Okay.
So we didn't realize they were bots, and we didn't realize they were playing like solvers. We realized that they were spewing on the river, but it was not a spew; it was just a solver play. But for no reason at 2 p.m. in the afternoon when they just start the session,
Yeah. Okay.
they would
Crazy.
we just realized that they just do like some crazy shit, but we didn't realize they were bots. Okay, so the soft is telling us, okay, those were bots. We are speaking 10 years ago on the highest text of the podcast.tally. So now I'm thinking, okay, 10 years pass, the solving is almost if not in real time. Well, I just saw that Pads shared the other day the news that now it's possible to solve with ICM. So in different stage of the PKO and stuff. So I'm just thinking, there is so many bad intention people, and many of them are very good poker players. And running farm boats, and the website saying nothing, because the website can just be like, well, those make wreck. They make wreck. A professional poker player or a bot make the same wreck. The bot is playing a way better volume. The bot might be even more interesting. But it's just like the website has no very big incentive to catch them, because it's making the money of the website. It's making the guaranteed. It's making... So I'm thinking, in this industry, it's like, who is not using those things as a big disadvantage, and all the other people are just making the GTO play of using those things, and it's not good. I hate that. And that's also one of the reasons I quit online poker. And so that's my opinion. And I just think it's a mess where there are way too many people who use assistants somehow.
Yeah.
And before that, they were using Excel sheets, which is the beginning of the assistants. I saw them with my eyes using Excel sheets where they would solve the pre-solve situations, and then they will check in their Excel sheets in real time during the game. I don't like this. Yeah.
No, of course, it's a concern.
Yeah.
That's why I mentioned it. It depends on that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, it's easy to enforce. Kind of like, I don't know if there's a way to get delays on these solvers, and but also the detection got better for the security teams. So at the end of the day, we never really know. If you play online poker, you're signing up for this. This is the kind of mentality I have. I think it's still profitable. I think I can still make money of it. So I'm signing up for this. So if there's next week, we banned 50 bots, whatever. Well, I'm not going to complain. I sign up for this. You say you don't want this. That's why you quit. And then at the end of the day, we have to be responsible for our own actions. Nobody forces anyone to play online poker. So if you go ahead and bitch about it, doesn't mean it doesn't mean it's good. I get it, but
But how much more time before it's dry enough for human to still make money? So for now, it's not apparently dry enough, and good humans can still make money. That's what you confirm. And of course, I have students on the website. I see a lot of good results, a lot of things, and it's confirmed on my side too. However, how long till human can still win money competing against bots?
Here's the thing. What you need to understand is that I think by now every poker site has a detection mechanism where if it gets out of line, if it gets too big, they will catch them. So I believe it will never reach this limit where it dries out the game. Of course, if you run 1 or 2 bots and you kind of make it in a way they're not pulling out hundreds of thousands out of the system, out of nowhere, it will be undetected. The problem for cheaters, the good thing for us, is they become too greedy. Another bot. And if you start having 40, 50, 60 players that play a similar strategy, in these days, from my knowledge, poker sites can detect it relatively quickly, that there are anomalies where suddenly players have almost identical player let's say, behavior, statistics, and strategies that after thousands of hands or tens of thousands of hands, and they get a high volume pretty quickly, they might only take out tens of thousands of euros, which in the grand scope of things is not a lot of money. So it will then reach a certain limit where the mechanism, the algorithm, whatever they have, will kick in and red flag those accounts, and then they're going to be looking into it. Again, if you have an NL 25-cent bot that makes you hundreds of euros per month taking out of the system, it won't detect it. Yes, there's a little bit of damage, but not to the scope that makes the games unprofitable, right? That's my understanding. That's why I think we're relatively safe, but I'm not an expert. Again, just my opinion.
Okay, cool. No, I'm glad that you give me your opinion on that because, yeah, I think not that many people wants to speak about the details of online poker, and I think you did good.
Yeah,
So cool.
I wanted to ask you an interesting question because we then started going a little different topic when we talked about relationship and, you know, becoming a successful poker player is obviously your discipline, it's obviously your financial management, but a big part plays the relationships in your life. And I think the more stable your environment, family, friends, girlfriend, boyfriend, the easier for you it's to succeed because you always have the safety net, right? If you have a terrible session and you go to a good circle of friends, you go to a good partner that can lift you up, the easier it is to succeed, period. So I wanted to ask you, since you're someone that has been spending a lot of time and discovering yourself, working hard, succeeding, going through different cycles of life, working with mentors, obviously understanding the dating side of things, how do you find, and now I will specifically ask about finding a good woman because 99% of our audience are male. So how do you find a good woman in these days?
Yeah.
Give us the secret.
Yeah, but I'm not sure I'm the best at it because I have a few long relationships. I had few, but I had never longer relationships than like 2 years one. So I'm not. I don't have the great secrets for keeping a long relationship.
But you can tell us what doesn't work, maybe, right?
I can tell you what doesn't work. I can tell you what is good for a poker player. What kind of profile of woman is good for a poker life? Because I used to have women coming with me on the live circuit. So that's a high pressure environment where you are like playing big money.
Yeah.
And you are sometimes shorting. And if your girlfriend is with you and is not supportive, then it's going to be 2 times or 3 times worse. You're going to play super bad. You're going to lose lots. So what is very important, first of all, for poker players is to not go with a woman on a live event that you barely know. But many guys do that. It sounds logic to not do that. Maybe for a woman, it sounds logic to never do that. But for a man, sometimes it's very tempting. And let's say you're going to EPT Barcelona next month. And you are like knowing this girl that you see a few times. And you're like, I'm financially free. I can invite her, no problem. I have my room no matter what. Nah. It's going to be a good destination for her. Things will be nice. Nah. Don't do that. Because by doing that, so I did that, of course. And every poker player almost, successful ones did that. And it's a mistake. Why it's a mistake? Because you don't know this girl enough and you don't know how she's going to be when you're going to be stuck. And you're going to be in that frame where you're going to play 10 hours a day because that's what happened. You're not going to, you take maximum 1 day off in this EPT Barcelona over 10 days, 2 weeks. So that's what will happen. You're going to play every day. She's going to be alone. You're going to play every day. And if she makes you feel that she's not happy because you're not spending time with her and you're not giving her attention, she's going to make you feel that. And then if she's going to make you feel that, you're going to lose way more. Without even realizing, you think, I'm very professional. I play poker. I played millions of hands. I'm not going to change my game because of anyone. It's not true. You're going to be affected by that. So don't do those things. Go only with a woman that you know, ideally that you have already a relationship with, that you know from quite a time, and also that she's been try to see how she reacts when you just go one night in a casino with her. If you go play cash game in your local casino one night and she's behind you, how she is. Does she like it? Does she get interested? Does she ask you a question about hands? Or does she just get bored as fuck and just want to leave? So if you manage to go 1, 2 nights, 3 nights in a casino with her, you could just see how she reacts towards poker, towards your job. So that is, for me, one of the most important things when you try to connect women with you in the poker world. And there are many women, you will be surprised, that are totally fine with your job, and they are totally fine with poker, and they are super supportive. And I see many of them on the live circuit with successful player. I can think of Stephen Chidwick. His wife is French. They are like super good together. She's always supportive. She's always there on every step. There is even the baby with them. I can think of many players. David Likitai, same thing. She even played poker sometimes. She even played some tournaments. And there are many examples where it works. So yeah, try to find someone that is really into your passion, which is poker, that at least ask you a question. She doesn't need to play, but she likes, she has questions, she's curious about it. Yeah, that's very important. Also, you can test if you don't have a local casino next to you. You can test by playing online. You play online one night at home. She comes next to you. She's like interested by your online plays and stuff. You can understand that this is a profile of a girl that could come with you and share your journey, kind of. Yeah.
But what
That's
about
a good advice, actually. Yeah.
What about more like, obviously this is to find someone that accepts and is curious about your profession. This is something I 100% agree, right? If that's what you want to do, if it's doesn't matter if your dream, if your goal is to build a business, to become a professional, whether it's poker, athlete, you should never compromise your goals for anyone. Not a woman, not your family. At the end of the day, this is what you want to do for the rest of your life. What happens, you might agree and you might do it for them because you're afraid to lose them, but deep inside, you're always going to resent that person. You always have this, I gave my dream up for you, and it will never, and then they will also lose respect for you. Like, how can you respect? How does a woman respect someone, a guy? To me, it's always more like a test. So she either is going to accept it and she's going to be fine with it, or she's not. Then you just got to move on, period. Why would you quit a dream for someone? It might be fine for a year or two, but deep down inside, you're going to resent that person. You were like, I gave it up for her, and it will come up in fights and arguments like, yeah, but I did this for you, and you know, and I think women don't really respect men that give up their dreams just for a boring ass job or security. If this is what you want to do, go for it, man. So yeah, I fully agree on that. What about like finding a good woman that is fits your character, right? If you think about, okay, a woman, this is my ideal woman. Like, she has to look like this. That's her character traits. This is what I like to do with her. How do you find a woman where you really, really say, apart from one night stands, I'm not talking about this. If you want to go out clubbing, right? Okay, fine, go. But like really a partner, a fulfilling relationship. Well, what is your experience there? Also, if you look in your circle of friends, right? I always like to learn from my friends if they have successful relationships. What can guys do in these days to find a good partner?
It might make laugh some poker players. Maybe it might make you laugh, but volume. No, for real.
The poker language.
Yeah. Volume.
Only plays you the cards.
Is important, but yeah, volume is important.
Yeah.
For real, it's
I agree, 100%.
That's one of the only way to be. You can only know that this is a woman for you when you have enough experience and you have compared with other women that you had.
Yeah.
If you cannot compare because you had only 3 women in your life, it's gonna be very hard to be sure that she's the one.
Yeah.
So one of the things that women have that we don't, especially good-looking ones, they have so much opportunities with men. In with very interesting men in terms of getting with them. that they can do the volume if they want to.
Yeah.
Very easily. Whereas a man has more difficulty to do the volume because nowadays it's not easy to get a hot woman or a woman that we like. It's not easy. Like we are competing. So a woman has access to the top men through Instagrams, not only from her city, but from all the world. Okay.
Yeah. Good
And
point.
they will even react. They will answer to the DMs. So if a woman DM a guy that is like super famous, many times if she's hot enough, he will answer. That's how it is in real life. So she has access to so many high value men nowadays
Yeah.
that for men it became very concurrent environment where it's more difficult. Okay, we could say women could say the same from the men, but it's not true. Like the reality is like it's way more easy for a woman to get a man than the opposite.
Yeah.
So now a man needs to do the volume. If he managed to do volume,
I bet my money this. Let's set up an account. Woman, similar value, both hot looking, successful. Let's count the DMs throughout the week. How many DMs a woman gets, how many DMs a man gets. It's going to be hundreds of DMs versus maybe 5, 10, 15 DMs for the guy.
Or
and
just
more
attention in the club, in the beach club, in the club,
Yeah, 100%.
attention in the street. Just that. The number of attention that you can just open a conversation so easily because she gets all this attention.
Yeah.
However, they struggle with other things that we don't struggle with because they would have like other issues then with men just wanting sex. Whereas they are more planning for something long term.
Yeah.
So that's the difficult part that they have to struggle with. Where once we get a woman, it's really rare, I would say, in my experience, that she's not okay for a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
Which makes things really smooth for a man.
Yeah.
So that's our advantage, I would say. And that's something.
Yeah.
However, the first part to get a woman in our life, it's not that easy. But if you manage to have like volume to use a different way to meet, like it could be Tinder, it could be Bumble, it could be both, it could be going out in beach clubs, it could be being able to speak in a supermarket where when you have a good-looking woman that you're passing by, being able to just approach a bit more, maybe not too much cold approach because nowadays it's not what works, but I would say
Really?
like,
Why not? Why don't you think it works?
Nowadays it works less because of many reasons. The first reason was COVID, where people during 1-2 years had like no contact with random people, like almost. So it's very weird now in our head to just go to a woman in the street. It became very weird for both sides. Plus the fact that social medias and TikTok, Instagram, etc., they create a comfort in us that we can just text someone and it's easier because we don't see the rejection directly.
Yeah.
But and we are not used anymore to take the rejection in the face like we used to be 15 years ago. So I think nowadays cold approach, and also there was like all Me Too things on the Twitter where it was speaking about like men's pushing way too hard in cold approaching and stuff, and it creates some of course some problem because not all the men did what they did, like they did rape and stuff. So of course there is men that just are gentlemen and they just want to know some woman, and if they take a rejection they take it and that's it, you know. But by our fellow men doing completely crazy stuff, we got the reputation of like it's gonna be hard to approach in general. So what I suggest is to maximize the possibilities of getting a date. So it could be the apps. Instagram, if you build a good Instagram, you will have like opportunities because you will get reaction on your stories from girls that you know and that you just met also. It's a very good place to put the leads. So in marketing, we call that leads. Like let's say the number, the contact of a girl that you don't know really good. So it's might be more strange to take her WhatsApp, especially if you just met in the beach club. However, exchanging Instagram is way more smooth and she can see your life. So she can see who you are without you you don't even need to speak. So that's very important because you can see your lifestyle during 1 week from the moment you met, and 1 week later she knows a lot more about you because of your Instagram and because of your stories than she would know if you have take just your WhatsApp. Because if you have take WhatsApp, then you propose her for a date, maybe she changed her mind. She's like, but I don't know this man, I just met him in a beach club like this. Who knows who is this man? Maybe he's a bad man, maybe he's someone dangerous. So that's why building a good Instagram is very important nowadays, and using it as a tool also for getting more attractive in terms of profile and packaging. Yeah, you package yourself basically. But yeah, I don't know.
So you were saying that it's also about the package you're presenting yourself to the world. I just want to add there that at the end of the day, how you present yourself, that's what you attract. And I think a lot of guys these days, we see this a little bit, obviously, with the liberalism and so much about feminism. And a lot of guys are also craving this kind of like maybe a bit more traditional roles, right? Some might disagree, some agree, it's totally cool. Me and in my circle of people, we're looking more for the traditional side of a relationship. It doesn't mean, and this is what people don't understand, that the woman is just at home cooking. My fiance, she's also working, right? She's helping me in the company. Sometimes I love to cook. I love to do steaks, man. It's more about to embrace the energy you have. And as a man, it is more masculine energy, right? So I go out there and tackle things that she might struggle a little bit, negotiating things, building the business, dealing with the pain of a business. And she is taking more responsibilities now when it comes to setting up the house and taking care of it. And we enjoy it. It's lovely, we embrace that and not trying to mix up the roles. And we try to build our relationship, what we enjoy, what we embrace doing, and that very often we realize, well, I like to do the things that the man usually likes to do, and she likes to do the things that the woman usually enjoys doing. And if someone disagrees with that, that's totally cool. What I want to say that is, it's not just about your Instagram, it's about, hey, think about what you want to attract, right? If you are just in for some hot girls, a lot of one-night stands, well, then present that flashy lifestyle. If you're looking for more traditional woman, well, maybe try to also then communicate that in your Instagram, right? If you're just in nightclubs and posting pictures from your nightclubs, you might not necessarily track that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why do you think? I was wondering that you said that cold approach doesn't work these days that well anymore, because I was actually thinking that, again, sample size, right? Talking to women and friends and also, that's how I met my fiance eight years ago, but it was before Corona. Don't you think? I agree. I would actually think that if you now do a test of 1,000 cold approaches, that you will have potentially more men and women not necessarily appreciating that. But I think if there are women, I'm speaking now for women, appreciate that they're more appreciative. Because I think the gaps are like they're also maybe tired of everything online, and finally a guy that's totally cool and with cold approach, I mean just going to a woman and say, hey, I like you, you look good, I would like to get to know you. No fancy.
It makes fear woman. It's mainly because of that. But if it's a success, if the cold approach is a success, then of course it's gonna be very appreciative, because she's gonna be okay. This man approached me with a lot of courage. Yeah. It's funny what you say, because last time I did a cold approach. It was I didn't do a cold approach in the street in so many years, I think. And 2 months ago, I was in Vienna for the concert of Metallica.
Mm-hmm.
So I went with Max Torno, so RSD Max. So that guy was totally used to cold approach because it was his business. So he was doing cold approach in video on high-def cameras back in the days to show the people on YouTube.
Yeah.
And still in his mindset, he's still it's crazy because he doesn't do that anymore, but he's still like go for it, you know. So we were walking in like literally in Stefanplatz, and
he pushed
now
you.
I see
He pushed you. Go, do for it. Go for it.
Yeah, she's seated in a restaurant, and it's like 11 p.m. But she's sitting in a place like it's a bar, and there is no one in the bar, just her. And she literally, we see her entering the bar, and she sits alone. And I'm like, why this girl is going alone in a bar where there is literally no one? And I see she just like, no, I don't see what she does, but she's sitting. And I say to Max, I say, I like this girl. He said, bro, go for it. I'm like, bro, I don't do those things. I don't speak to foreigner, not foreigner, to stranger in the street. I'm just, let me live. I'm not going to do that. It's okay. It's not because she's good looking that I need to speak to her. It's like, go for it. He insists as fuck. I'm like, okay, I will go. I did back in the days when it was more natural to do that, maybe 15 years, 20 years ago. I did that many times. There was even a period where I was like literally okay with just going out and be like, if I meet someone that I like, if I see a girl that I like, I would speak with her no matter what. Today it's gonna be like that, and I was okay to do that. And I had like many interactions like this back in the days, but since many years, not anymore. Whatever. I went to speak to that girl in the bar, and she was just charging her phone. Basically, she basically asked the people on the bus if she can charge her phone, and that's why she went in that bar. Okay, so I start speaking, and the conversation went super well, and I speak maybe 20 minutes with her. I didn't sit with her. I just stayed on my feet and just speak, and she was super cool and asking me questions and interested in the conversation. And then I proposed her to come for a drink with us, and we went for a drink like with Max and her, and we don't know her, and she went with us without issues, you know. And it was 11 p.m. Okay, maybe because Vienna is more safe city, but she has no issue. We had a drink, and then she went home, and that's it. And I took her Instagram. We exchanged Instagram, and I don't know. Cool. Maybe one day I'm gonna text her if I go to Vienna again, but I'm not in. I was leaving the next day, so. And that's it.
Wonderful.
So it still works, but it's true that it's not in people's head now anymore. But it still works.
Yeah. I went through this whole thing. I also I worked with Max, and I think it's totally cool to admit as a man that, you know, it's somehow scary, it's frightening, because at the end of the day, it is the female that decides on who she pursues. At the beginning, you show some interest, and we men usually tend to be rejected or not, and that rejection hurts, right? So there's this kind of like fear and being afraid, and whatever excuse we come up, it's not the right setting, right? It's like all these protection mechanisms. And I went through the whole process. I don't know, back in the days, I don't know if you remember those comfort zone challenges were super popular. There was a guy from Vienna who, I don't want to say invented it, but he made it more popular, where you do all sorts of weird things, where you embarrass yourself in public, which, some might say it's super cringe, but it changed my life. I was just got so much more comfortable. And it's not about the lines and the pickup shit. I think most of it is just absolute scam. Like 66 step to more success with women. It's absolute bullshit. Just get comfortable with rejections, and you need 2 lines. The first one, in my opinion, is, hey, I like you, I saw you, I would like to get to know you. And if it's genuine, you don't even need to come up with a unique compliment. Of course, if you see something that you like, say it. If you just like her appearance, you just say it. Listen, women are so much smarter and more emotionally intelligent. If you try to make up some shit that you actually don't like just to be coming up with a unique line, I like your red trousers or your hair, even though you don't like it, just to come up with something, she's gonna figure it out. So just say whatever you like. And if it's just your general appearance, then you just like it. I think you're hot. I wanted to come over, say hi. Right? And the second one is, if you're fucking nervous, you just say it. I'm so freaking nervous. Sorry. I just want to come over, say hi. And I think what men don't understand is women are so much smarter when it comes to when you're not aligned with your own perception of the situation. If you try to create a different reality, right? You try to be confident. You try to make up stuff just to appear confident, but the reality is different. Bro, you're done. They might be nice and kind and like, yeah, sorry, but thanks, no. And at the end of the day, obviously it's practice. At the beginning, you're going to be nervous, but you don't need any pickup lines. You just say what you like. You have a conversation like you and then you ask the things you are interested in, right? What you want to find out about her, where she's from, what's her name. It's just having small talk. It's not rocket science. And I went through this whole process of doing boot camps, and I even worked with Mystery, the OG of pickup.
Nice.
Yeah,
of course.
Which was a cool experience, but I learned most of it. It's just bullshit. And so once I went through the whole cycle of just getting one rejection after another, I realized I'm still alive. I'm still okay. So at some point, I was literally, if I saw someone, I would just went there, and it also helped me for business. I remember I would be going to people and say, on how do you call these messen? I don't know, like not a festival, but a festival for business, conventions, right? You would just go have natural conversations, and that's where it really helped me. And I also felt the need a lot less to go to talk to women. I just realized, okay, you're still somewhat nervous, but it doesn't hold you back from talking to people, going to talk to that woman. If you see someone that you like on the beach, you go say hi.
And do it. Actually, you need to do it because 50% of the thing is just courage. If you have the courage to go, last time in the beach club, same. I see two beautiful girls. They living now. I didn't approach. I was with my friend in the pool, and now they are living, and especially men, we are the specialists of that. We wait that they are living or making a move.
Because the judgment of everyone else involved, right? They see it, you just got rejected.
Yes, exactly. Because of that, and because also we think that's the last chance because they are living. So it's either we go now or we're never gonna see them again.
Yeah.
So that's for those two reasons. However, it's still better to go when they are living than to not go at all.
Yeah.
And again, I had the confirmation of that. I didn't know what to say. I just say, hey, why are you leaving that early? And she say, because I have an hair appointment. And I say, okay. Do you live in Malta? And she say, no, we live in Brazil. And we go back tomorrow. And then I say, okay, you want to party tonight? And she say, we don't like party. So I say, that's yesterday or 2 days ago. And I say, so you would like to go dinner? I can take you dinner. No. I didn't say that. Sorry. I say, okay. I say, maybe we exchange Instagram. And I was ready to get rejected, to be honest. After she said, we don't like party, I was ready to get rejected. But I was like, what does it cost me now to ask Instagram?
Yeah.
No. So I say, yes, I have. I say, okay, put it in my phone. She put it. I follow her, but I say, and that's I was not saying before. Now I say, follow me back. Because if you just follow her and don't say nothing, you will have you would be surprised, but many times they're not gonna follow you back.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like the only one following, and she's not even gonna check your message. The simple fact of saying you follow me back works better because it shows that I'm doing something for you, I'm following you, but I'm asking the same in return. It's no big deal to follow someone on Instagram.
I think.
So I say that.
No, it's really good.
She follow me back.
Yeah.
So she follow me back. So that's the first thing of interest. She follow me back after. So after 1 hour, 2 hour, I check and she follow me back.
Yeah.
So then I text her and I say, can I bring both of you to dinner tonight? And they say yes. So I was really surprised that it actually worked, because my approach was really bad. It didn't felt like, it was not in the rules. It was nothing like spectacular. It was like question, why are you leaving? It was me not being able to approach them before that when I had the opportunity in the pool. So it was nothing very good. And still it worked just because I showed courage enough to follow up with my proposal and they came to the dinner.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think a lot of guys these days, and I include myself, right? Back in the days, now I'm very happy in my relationship, but this is just something I like to pass on. If guys are more interested in this, is this overcomplicating, right? They always think I need to be funny, I need to drop something smart, I need to say something intelligent, and I need to make her laugh, and then we can exchange numbers, right? They always picture this Hollywood kind of approach, but that's not true. And women are also a little bit nervous, right? It's a stranger. It's just at the beginning, it's more like, okay, is he a creep? What does he want from me? It's not so much about that 10 out of 10 approach at the beginning.
Yeah. Don't look for perfection.
Yeah.
Just look for doing actions.
And if you're really nervous, go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, yeah, if you are really nervous, you're gonna say it to the woman. Yeah.
Yeah,
say
I'm nervous.
They accept. They are okay with it.
Yeah. I think it's also a bit of a false picture that Hollywood has created and social media of this. Always the perfect encounter of men and women, you know, by accident. She slips, he catches her, you know, and then the romance starts, all beautiful. That's not how it is, man, unfortunately.
And if you wait for a woman to approach you, they're probably not going to do that. They are very
You're
passive
wait
on
a
that.
very long
Most of the
time.
time. Not everybody, but most of the time. And they want you to approach them. So you need to do the job, my friend.
Yeah.
How was it with Mystery, though?
With what? Sorry?
With Mystery.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was rather random. It was really, really random. I lived in Stockholm, so I lived in UK. And my story is when I lived in UK, I used to be a football player, quite competitive back in the days. And naturally, in my hometown, you have access to a lot of people. You know, you play for the biggest club. You're getting into a lot of introductions, big circle of friends, and that also means there are a lot of women or girls in this time. So, you know, and there it was more like you would date the people from your circle. And since I had a big circle, I always had a lot of friends. I always had a lot of access, but it wasn't because of my great personality. There were a lot of, you know, people in our circle. So there were like a lot of small circles, like good friends, and then we would sometimes meet with the other circle, which is like one big circle, like, you know how it goes. And then when I moved to UK, I realized I'm a piece of shit. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to someone. I don't know how to meet people. If it's not poker friends, I moved to UK for poker. But like going to a club, seeing on the streets, I'm like, okay, now a month, 2 months, 3 months, I haven't seen a woman. I wasn't dating. I was like, dude, you're a fucking loser. Right? So I started discovering this whole, what can I do to approach a woman? And then I got into pickup, got into dating, went down the whole rabbit hole. Then a bit of success, started, you know, talking to women, and then moved to Sweden, moved in with my former flatmate, and we were like, all right, let's do comfort zone challenges, let's do just practice cold approach. Why are we so afraid of talking to women, approaching women? Like that was something for us, we want to break that. It's weird. It shouldn't be weird. It should be normal. Obviously, maybe a bit nervous. So then, towards the end of living in Stockholm, there was a weekend where I wanted to go out with my flatmate, but he didn't want to. I think he got sick. And then someone messaged me, mysteries in Stockholm. And I was like, I was already kind of suspicious. I was, let's say, towards the end of my pickup career or dating career, or whatever you want to call it. But I was like, all right, he's here. My friend just canceled, or my flatmate, he got sick. And we would literally just go out to meet people. We wouldn't drink. We wouldn't stay up late. We would go out for an hour or two just to meet people, to meet women. Sometimes, you know, meet other friends. That's it. But if I would give it a rating, 3 out of 10. It's a lot of like superficial, kind of like he just lives off his personality, his brand. He's a cool dude, genuine dude, but I don't think it helps a lot of people. And from the men that were there, I think there were places in their life very desperate, like super low level self-esteem. They taught them, you just got to say this and this line, just memorize it. And then they would go to women with let's say, learning pickup lines by heart. And, you go to women at the club, and some would have some success, but, from what I've seen, they were very drunk. They weren't necessarily the pretty, so they had a little bit of success. They thought, wow, what is success? And then, sign up for the next boot camp. I don't know. It's I think good for short-term success. If you want to get laid or whatever, it works, but I don't think you grow this confidence and build up this character that you might need to find like a fulfilling partnership. My observation. I think Max did a lot better job there when I worked with him in Sweden. It was a lot about just volume, just grind, just go. Like, don't shit yourself, say whatever. Like here and there, would give feedback. But at the end of the day, it's very helpful. That was like the last for me. That was like the last boot camp for me in Helsinki, and then I realized, okay, it's like 1 or 2 years of just massively overcomplicating, and then just someone telling me, dude, just shut the fuck up, just go, just talk, I can give you a little bit of feedback. But then most of the time it was, like you said, with this follow me back. What does it say technically? It's, hey, I like you, I want to pursue this, right? A lot of guys are too afraid to give a little bit of instruction to say, hey, follow me back. Because they're too afraid to follow their natural instincts, right? I don't want to get rejected. What if she says no? What if she says no? Okay, I was glad to meet you. She doesn't like you. She was being nice, right? Again, it's just you're being afraid of rejected. Just give her the number and say, hey, give me a missed call so I have your number. Follow me back. All right, you don't? Okay, cool. I don't want to waste my time. I would like to get to meet you. And that's totally cool, No problem with that. We're overthinking it. And that's what when Max was really a master at. Just like relentlessly calling you out on your bullshit. When I would say, yeah, but I didn't want to push you, shut the fuck up. You want her? All right, then just ask her. If she doesn't want to, you move on. Stop wasting your time. And that really helped me, just having someone 2 or 3 days. Just, you see, you're still alive. And I hated this club game. I really didn't want to. I really liked on a daylight if I see someone going though, but he told me we go to the clubs because I was more interested in meeting women that are not spending their time in nightclubs all the time. But he said, it's good. You get all the rejections. You see, it's fine. It's a messy, chaotic environment. You talk to a girl, and then the next moment she's pulled away, and you're like, what the fuck is happening? So it was also a good experience for that.
I took him 2 months ago to play 2-5 in Vienna Casino.
How did he do?
He lost his buy-in, but he enjoyed it so much.
Yeah,
he was so much into it. He wanted to crush it. He wanted to do good. But he had like a very good presence at the table. He was speaking with everybody. Loved him at the table. Not because he was fish, actually, because actually he was not.
He used to play poker, right?
And he was playing tight. I told him to play tight. He was playing just tight and nothing. But people. He was genuinely very attractive. He was the center of the attraction for the people at the table. It can be men, it can be women, it can be anyone. He would be the attraction. Same at the Metallica concerts. Like everybody around us were loving him. Before the concert, 1 hour before, we make some friends actually around us.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a pure legend.
What do you do these days to enjoy yourself? Like if you're not working, if you're not, you're going out with friends, you like to watch movies, playing video games. What is it that you're doing?
Yeah, good question. So I'm actually, I have few passions that I really discovered this year in Dubai. One is Russian banya. Do you know what it is?
No, never heard of it before.
It's like a sauna, and it's a Russian tradition. But they do that also in Ukraine and in Georgia and in ex-URSS country. So it's like they have like some plants, Venic. It's like a tree. It comes from the tree, and they beat you with this, but they beat you slowly, just to make the heat come to you. It doesn't hurt. It's just the heat coming to you. So you are in 100 degrees sauna, and they are doing that to you during 10 minutes. Then you go in a cold plunge during 4 minutes, like 8 degrees. And sometimes you can ask them to put the ice. If they put the ice in the cold plunge, it goes down to 5 degrees. And the contrast between the super hot sauna with that thing that they do on you and the super cold plunge right after makes you like a little bit dizzy in a good way. Your head is turning and you have like a crazy sensation. Like it's a really, really good sensation. It's better than sex, to be honest. It's like it's crazy. It's like then you go out of the cold plunge and they put you on your back in the sauna again. And now you look at the ceilings and it's turning, it's moving. And because you experiment some crazy shock for your body and your mind, but I love it. So I'm doing that 1 to 2 times a week. Going to in the same place to the massage also, classic massage with not chiropractor, like a real, not massage, comfort massage.
They
Someone
crack
that
your
knows she knows the muscle because she was like 10 years into that industry of like repairing the back of someone. I don't have any problem on back, but I like that someone knows exactly what she's doing with your back, of course. So I do that. I go to wakeboard. You know what is wakeboard?
Yeah.
Like snowboard on the water.
Yeah.
A track by a boat. I also do snowboard once a year. Then in clubs in Dubai or Malta, we go to beach clubs mainly. So more dating.
Oh, that's pretty cool, yeah.
Friends. Yeah, that's very cool with friends. Good food. Good company, pool, and honestly, that's a lot of what I do. Paddle, paddle.
Yeah.
I try to avoid alcohol a bit. I mean, I do it sometimes, but because of my life of doing like not working much, to be honest, so I could drink every day very easily, and it would be a mess if I do that, of course.
Yeah.
So I try to make like, for example, the last 10 days, I didn't drink anything. So, and I go to those beach clubs and everybody is drinking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I can have fun without drink.
Yeah.
I can be okay. So yeah, I try also when I'm in Dubai a bit more, but I go gym. Or I went also today, but I go gym with a coach. So that helped me with a trainer. So those are my activities basically. And sometimes I play poker still, sometimes. For example, this summer in the World Series, I played during a month. I played maybe 10, 15 tournaments, I think. And maybe 3-4 sessions of cash game. A couple ones in Bobby's room and the rest randomly in games where I got invited. And a stream, like with Alexandra Botez, the chess player. Elki in LA, live at the Commerce, and I play also at the Hustler, live at the Hustler. So yeah, with some actor, he's in The Girl Next Door. Do you remember this movie, The Girl Next Door? The Girl Next Door. It's a movie of 20 years ago, like American Pie, same kind.
I don't know.
The Girl Next Door. It's like a young guy, 17 years old. He has a porn actress living next door. No. He recognizes that she's a porn actress. Then he falls in love with her. She falls in love with him.
No.
So that guy, Emil Hirsch, he's the same actor that played Into the Wild. Have you seen it?
Into the Wild or Wild?
Into the Wild.
No.
It's a movie. Into the Wild. Yeah. So by the way, this actor played poker with us in Hustler. He likes poker. Very interesting. What I like with poker is allow me to meet also people in the business industry and not only poker players.
That's good.
Like,
it's, yeah.
with poker players, always with poker players. then you want to be with other people.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes poker players are too much speaking about sports, about like too
Yeah.
much. 4 or 5 years that my surrounding is not that much poker players.
Yeah.
It's mainly people that do like me business things and
you could clearly see that some people that are just doing it for too long and are not spending their time or money in something else kind of like feel like they've gotten very miserable over the years as well. So yeah, I try to stay away from that as well.
yeah.
What about the WSOP, that crazy hand you played against that guy who, like, have you ever, once you saw the hand, considered there was cheating going on? I mean, that was the most insane hand I've ever seen. Like,
No, there is no cheating. No. It's just
why? I mean, your move was already crazy. That was
no one is rapping nothing, right? So I didn't expect him to just jam this spot. I thought that I could just put half of his stack and it would be enough for making him fold, but apparently not. So yeah.
So you just thought he's bluffing and.
I mean, we're both bluffing. The spot is like there's 5 clubs on board. We both check all the way, and he start betting 3/4 pot. I raised 2.5x. He re-raised 3x. I click it back, and he jammed.
Deuce of clubs on the river.
A little theft from Galeana, and now Johan simply cannot call. If he wants to win, he's going to put in a raise and does just that.
And that's what he does. A small raise at that. And that game will continue right here, right now.
Oh my goodness, he does raise. Nobody has anything. Oh,
Reaching,
oh my
announces
gosh.
raise.
Are you kidding me? No,
And
are you?
Galeana jams!
What? What is happening?
No way! No way!
Siete alto.
Did you have a live read, or was it just more like, I don't think he has it kind of mentality, or?
No, I was sure he didn't have it. I was kind of thinking he would play it differently if he had.
Why did you call for the split pot then?
Because I'm a pussy. I hate myself when I snap fold these spots. I should not snap fold this.
I mean,
Because-
you can't blame yourself for that. Like, come on.
Oh, you know why I do that?
Yeah.
I played too much during 10 years. That's because of my 20s to my 30s where I grind a lot. You like become a bot, and you don't do. But I kind of quit these things since many years, and I kind of authorize myself to do things that other people don't do, which lead me to make the biggest pew. Also, I 5-bet jam King 9, my favorite hand against Paul Four on a Triton cash game for 100K pre-flop dollar, and he had kings. I 5-bet jams King Queen suited 1 hour after in another similar spot. The guy had Ace King. I lost 200K in 2 hours. So I just but I authorize myself to follow my reads when I have reads. Those were wrong, but this time I was right. However, I was right, and I should not automatically fold when he jam. I should consider calling, to be honest. I don't mind then if I would have fold, but at least I would have considered it. And I don't like myself snap folding this. So yeah. Also, I could have go all in instead of clicking it back. But to be honest, it was difficult to do because I didn't expect him to be capable of jamming over the top. Yeah, I thought I had the same result in that situation. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think about the end? There is nothing special. No one is repping nothing. It's just like a Phil Ivey kind of end of 15 years ago on a paired board where no one has nothing, and the last to stay all in win the pot, right?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you should also, with your nuts, click it back. You wouldn't go all in to induce that all in, right?
But what is clicking back here? Only straight flush, no? I don't. I should just call with this club, no?
I mean, the thing is, if you have even if you have the nut flush and you think he's full of shit, that's what you want to do, right? Like, what's the point of going all in with a nut flush?
What's the point of clicking back with the nut flush? I would have called.
But if you know he's bluffing, that's what you were thinking, right? If you think he never has the straight flush.
Then you call the 6 million. The 3x, no? Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. If you think he's not capable of going all in as a pure bluff, then you just call. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you think that?
No, true.
No,
you're right. Yeah.
In game, if you think about it, I'm sure you would have called with the nut flush.
True.
I think you would have, because at the end of the day,
yeah, you're right.
He's not having king of club, so it's basically either a straight flush or a bluff. And if he has a bluff, will he jam over the top when you click it back? 10 million for his tournament life, heads up, same stacks for, I don't know, 150k difference price. I don't think so. I think so because I saw it, but
yeah.
Initially I would have called with ace of club. I think so, because there are two straight flush and we already click it a lot. I don't know. I would have called, I think, but whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
No one has straight flush, no one has nothing. Everybody's bluffing. And it became classified as the craziest or the biggest bluff in the WSOP history.
Yeah. I mean, you guys played it both, played your hearts out in that hand, that's for sure.
I contribute at least 40%. So I'm very happy to contribute.
You can make a clip, greatest bluff of all time, and just cut out the end where he goes all in.
Exactly.
And nobody sees
and
it.
And then everyone, Yoh Viral, click it back, and then I cut the clip.
What are your plans for the next couple of weeks and months? You're going to be playing more poker, enjoying the summer a little bit more, or?
Yeah, no, I don't have any poker plans till I don't know when, till probably December. I don't know even if I go to where I go in December, if I go to those tournaments or if I stay in Dubai.
Can you play poker in Dubai? You can't, right?
No, there is a casino coming in 3 years called the Win, like in Vegas and Macau.
In Dubai, there's going to be casino like the Win.
No, they're going to be the Win casino in Ras Al Khaimah. It's 1 hour from Dubai on the seaside.
Okay.
And it's already starting the build. They start building it. I've been twice. I've bought a house next to it. So
you're smart.
Yes. I'm 3 years early. It's like buying BTC in 2011. But it's just a move that I did. I think Dubai will be big for poker. I think it's gonna take time, but Ras Al Khaimah will start, and then it's gonna be Dubai. I think now Caesar Palace and MGM are building in Dubai, but they are building only resorts for now that are hotels. But I think they have the hope of a casino one day in those. However, the Win is way more close to be a casino than the other ones. It's actually almost semi-official that it's going to be a casino. So it's 2027. And it's in Ras Al Khaimah on an island, like a small island linked by the road. So I bought a house that is the closest to that casino. The neighborhood of those houses are the closest. Then if you want to be closer, you have to get an apartment. So, because I analyzed Vegas and I thought, okay, listen, Vegas, poker players, people want houses, right?
Yeah.
Because they say 1 month, 2 months.
Yeah.
They don't want to stay in apartment or hotel, many of them, okay? What are the closest houses in Vegas? They are all quite shitty. They are all 10, 15 minutes away, but they are shitty, okay? Yeah, to summarize, I bought a house close to the closest possible to the Win, and it has a beach access also. 2 minutes away by walk. It's a private beach access for the neighborhood.
Oh, that's pretty sick, man.
That's sick, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure the biggest games in the world live will be there. That's my guess. That's my bet. Triton, cash games, tournaments, everything.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to go in UAE for so many countries.
Yeah.
Because of they are very friendly with different passports. Whereas it's so complicated to go for many countries, not for Europeans, but so many residents in USA
It's
or
true.
in Macau.
Yeah.
That is gonna be, in my opinion, the best place to play in general, poker or any kind of casino game. However, poker probably gonna be big. It's the win. The win has always poker as the main thing, as a big thing. So I don't think they're gonna change their opinion and they're gonna change their strategy there.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. It's always good if there's new games, new people know, new entities, new companies, new countries entering the market, creates competition, creates offering. Always good for the poker market.
True.
Johan, man.
And live?
Sorry,
do
go
you
ahead.
plan to play some live?
It's always so busy, man. I would love to, but I always have to take a week or 2 weeks off. You're playing 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
So you only have a few hours a week to do stuff on the business. It's not just Raise Your Edge, also Acend, running an esports organization is like, yeah.
So you do your business, your coaching business, and what else?
Acend Club, an esports organization.
Nice.
Yeah. But it's that's a lot tougher than Raise Your Edge, to be honest, because it's it's very hard to build up a successful esports business, not just being successful with the teams, but also obviously being successful financially to operate that business. So
Abu Dhabi, next to my place, Abu Dhabi is building a big thing for esports.
Yeah, I know. They're investing big time. Esports World Cup, some projects that are not just in the UAE, but also in Saudi Arabia. And
nice. Yeah, I believe in the future of esports. Now they just got selection. They just got accepted for the Olympic Games, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good news. Yeah. No, it's for sure good. I mean, esports has been really rough the past 3 to 5 years, especially with Corona. One might think, wasn't it good for the players? But yeah, it's good for the recreational player base, but not good for the pro player base, which is very important for esports because there weren't any live games, any stadiums, any events, which is very important for esports. And yeah, so looking forward to it for sure. I mean, we have, I don't know if you've seen, but we have here 800 square meter gaming facility in Sofia set up, built up, that we also want to using for poker boot camps. And yeah. Are you into gaming? Are you playing any games or?
I was big.
Oh,
but
really?
Long time.
What was it?
At the big. It was Dawn of War, Warhammer 40K. It's RTS, StarCraft. I used to play that in 2005 and 6 and 7. So that was 20 years ago. And I played the World Cyber Game. WCG was one of the biggest competition. My game was selected in the World Cyber Game.
Yeah.
Top winner was getting 10K, which was huge for the time.
It was huge. So, yeah.
For the first place.
Yeah. How did you finish?
I blew up. I finished 5th French, so I didn't even qualify for the final. Mm-hmm. The international final was in Monza, and only the first of each country go to Monza. Mm-hmm. But online, because I was only 17 years old or 18, and online I was like the best on French side, and I just played my first live thing, and I feared, it's like an online player coming to poker and playing live, a super crusher online coming to poker and playing live. It would make so many mistakes, right?
Yeah.
It's the same kind. So I did so many mistakes in the competition, and I was so sad actually, and that's one of the reasons that I wanted to push with poker after. When I discovered poker after that, 2 years after, I wanted to push a bit more because I was so frustrated. But I'm still frustrating in poker to not have a bracelet a bit. Because I came 3 times second. I was so close 3 times. Last time was 1 month ago. But yeah, I'm gonna get a bracelet one day, and just for what is it? It doesn't mean much, but it's just for me. It's just for a personal, little personal accomplishment to tick in, But my community will be happy also. It's like my YouTube people and my follower. I'm very proud if I can do that for them. What else? Nothing. I just love video game. I love esport. I just don't play since 20 years, and I just watch sometimes on Twitch. People, and I'm impressed by their skill, and I think it's amazing. I think people should learn from the school how to play those games, because those games teach you skills that are for life, then very useful, like poker. So
yeah, it's always some people take poker and these games as learning lessons, to play in a team, to learn skills, to work on yourself, to be disciplined. But then, because I understand that people say video games are a waste of time. Well, it depends what you do with it. If you just mindlessly play 1 hour after another and you're just doing it because you're bored, yeah, you're right. I also used to play Counter-Strike back in the days, semi-professionally, I would say. And I wanted to get better. I learned how to get better, learning how to get better. I learned how to operate in a team, how to resolve problems from a very early age on. And I think that helped me for my later career as well. And I had friends who were just sitting there. They didn't want to get better and they were just playing. Yeah, okay. I understand sometimes you want to do fun things just to turn off your brain. Sometimes we need that. But if you do it 20, 30 hours a week, you are wasting your time.
And I would say even more than that. By playing esports back in the days, I used to post a lot on forums, because back in the days it used to be the forums. And I used to be part of a community. When you are part of a community and you start communicating about yourself, your image, your team, you start learning marketing. You start learning what people want. And from that age, I start learning how to deal in an ecosystem, how to act in an ecosystem. And it's the same later. When you build your business, it's the same. You have an ecosystem and you post, your ecosystem answer, and the same.
Yeah.
So what we learned from the video game period is useful for life, not only on the skills level of a reflex that we get by playing fast and have a good micro gestion or APM, but also because of the strategies that we implement and the way we learn the game, how to become better, and also how to deal with an ecosystem, how to speak with the people that watch you and the people that are entering your team, or building a team, being a leader, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, interesting. What are the games that you're playing these days, in case you find the time to play something?
You will laugh, but this is the same game that I was playing 20 years ago. I played yesterday night. Yeah, there is 200 people on the lobby. It's amazing. 20 years after Dawn of War, still 200 people on the lobby on a time, at any time. Between 150 and 200 people, and we played with 4 of my friends of before. They were playing with me 20 years ago.
Is it Warhammer 40k or which one?
Warhammer 40k, Dawn of War, Soulstorm, the last version. So it's a game that you can also paint the character and play on. This game is initially not a video game. It's a Games Workshop game. It's It's called a war game. You build you have your army, and you are physically present. You are like you bring your characters with you, and you put them, your units, you put them on the field, and then you play with dice and a big book of rules. It's really complicated, and that's initially that game. It still exists. People do competition in that.
Which part is it? 40k or 400k?
40k.
40k.
Warhammer 40k.
But the graphic looks so new. Why am I?
It's actually okay. It's still okay, but it's not so new. Dawn of War.
No, the thing is, that's the thing where I have to be careful. If I start any games, I just can't play games. Like sometimes for fun, but then I want to win. I want to get better, and that's the dangerous. Like where I can put in a lot of time. Yeah.
That's why I played the game of 20 years ago. I know there is no competition anymore in that game. I have still skills in that game. I'm not too much pushy on my on getting better on that game.
Yeah.
I'm just playing with my friends and playing 4 against 4 or stuff like that,
Yeah,
and
interesting.
in the lobby. But it's I play once in a while. I let's say one every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's not very time consuming for me.
We all need some things that we're enjoying, where we can switch things
Exactly.
up, maybe shut down a bit our brain. But yeah, if you do things that you need for enjoyment, like 30, 40 hours a week, right? I mean, these days, if you play games, you can at least stream, make a career out of it, right? Like, with so many cool things that you enjoy doing, you can make a career out of it and make a living from it. I just don't understand why some people are just wasting their time with dumb shit, but it is what it is.
True.
Johan, thank you so much for joining today. I was actually one of my longest episodes, but it was really cool chatting to you, and to all our viewers and listeners. Check out pokerproi.fr, right?
Yeah, thanks there. Instagram. I think my Instagram is more fun for people because it's about my daily life. I travel, and I think it's fun. Yoh Viral on Instagram.
Yoh Viral on
I just got
Instagram.
a lot of followers. I made a giveaway with a guy that has 46 million followers, and I just got 500k new followers. So I have like a really big Instagram right now. So
congrats on that. I hope you're going to be able to entertain, educate your audience in a way that it will also benefit them, but benefit you. And thank you so much, man. Once again, enjoy life in Malta. And if you guys want to know more, also ideas for future podcasts, any guest recommendations, or any topics you would like me to cover on this podcast, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to share that with a friend and to like, and then see you guys next time.
Ciao, Ben.